What is good, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me again for episode 5 of the SoulCast. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. This week, we got an amazing interview with a friend of mine named Stoney Kev. Stoney Kev, we went to Oneonta together. This dude makes some of the best hip hop and Afrobeat music that I know. And it was really incredible talking to him. I got a lot out of it. His perspective on things is really interesting. And he's got this whole studio set up that really inspired me to up my grind, up my beat making skills, up my musicianship. So enjoy this interview with my man, Stoney Kev. And we are live. What's up, Stoney Kev? How you feeling, man?
Going on? I'm feeling good, man. How about yourself?
Dude, not too bad. Welcome to SoulCast. Great to have you.
Appreciate it.
Dude, so I mean, let's dive right in. So you are an artist from New York State. You do like hip hop. I've been listening to a lot of like your more recent stuff. It's been sort of like a Afrobeat
You've
Jamaican
been listening
type.
recently. Then you've been listening to that Afrobeat. I just dropped it on Awele. I dropped it on my birthday, November 3rd. For sure, that going.
That's that good stuff, man. I mean, I've really been seeing that genre like take off in the past few years. I've been seeing tons of dudes like Burna Boy, WizKid, just kind of just accelerating like crazy. It's amazing type of music.
You notice the little slight difference though. The little slight difference is like when you listen to Afrobeat, sometimes it's like, well, most of the time it's like slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
But with the project I dropped, it's every track is like bounce. So I call it Afro bounce.
Afro bounce. You got your own little genre going on, man. I like that.
I like that Afro bounce.
That's dope, man. So what, I just mentioned a couple of artists. Like, what do you think your influences are for this type of music?
Right now, I'm listening to David O. I'm listening to Burna Boy, WizKid. My favorite Afrobeat artist is Techno. Techno, my guy. He's the one who started. I started listening to him when I was in Oneonta. Ever since then, that's when I started right into Afrobeat.
Dude, it's good stuff, man. I've actually been dabbling in making Afrobeat type beats recently. It's been going pretty good, man.
Let me see some snippets. I definitely got one to send it right back to you.
Hell yeah, I'll hit your email with it, man, dude. It's very different from hip hop because I noticed like hip hop can be very square. You know what I mean? It can be very like
yeah.
But Afrobeat, you can throw a little bit of swing in there. You can automate some like drum sounds to swing a little bit. Yeah, man. It's got that that real good dance rhythm. So tell me like what inspired you to sort of take this dive into a new direction? Because I know last time we talked, you were more of a hip hop based artist.
Oh yeah, I still am though. I still am for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was basically I make rap, hip hop, hardcore. I'm from Queens. You said New York State. I'm from New York City, Queens.
Yeah, that's right.
100%. So like that's my style. But I always told myself when it came to like club records, I couldn't do that. When it came to, I can't make the pop bottle music and shit like that. That just wasn't me. So when it came to Afrobeat alone, once you play the beat, you just want to be on. You want to get jiggy. So I was like, yo, I could do that. I'm Nigerian. I'm 100% Nigerian. My mom's Igbo. My father's Yoruba. I got it in me. So I just got to change it up a little bit, rap the same way, just put a little accent on it and, change it up.
100%, man, dude. I love the way you sort of so that's the other question I was going to ask was like, is it like a piece of heritage that you kind of drew from? Because I noticed it looked like you constructed that album cover from like different pieces of your life. Right? Was that sort of like, how'd you get that album artwork inspiration?
I like how you peep that. So like that picture, the main picture right there on top was me and my mother. We took that picture. That probably was like 98 or whatever. So that picture was here in New York. That was my first apartment that I ever lived in. And in the background is Lagos. Lagos State is in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just basically, I went to Nigeria at a young age. I got there age 12. I spent a few months there, and then I came back. I did school there for a little while, and then I came back here. So yeah, basically that tells it all.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. I can't believe when I hear stories of people who either were born in different countries and came to America or bounce back and forth. Like my girlfriend, for example, she's from Pakistan, right? And she told me all these crazy stories about her, the 12-hour flight to get to the next airport and the 13-hour flight to get to that one. It's like it's cerebral, man. It's crazy. It's something that's I was born and raised in America. I've never left America and Canada, and
Yeah.
it's really a goal of mine to eventually get to there. So it's when I hear about that type of
Will,
stuff,
you will, and wait till you do.
one of these
When you
days,
do,
man.
you'll experience a whole nother, like if you ever go to Pakistan, you'll experience a whole different life that you wouldn't even believe is possible.
100%, man. Maybe
That's how I
Lagos,
felt
maybe,
in Nigeria.
dude. I was gonna say maybe Nigeria one day. You know, I never know. It could take me all around the world, and you too. You know, you could end
Oh,
up in Pakistan. You could end up anywhere. But this type of music
yeah,
could take you a million
yeah.
different places, man.
And the type of person I am, I'm willing to go in a
Hell yeah,
heart.
hell
I'm
yeah,
going
dude.
back home to Nigeria in a few months.
100%, man. So how you been living this lockdown? Been doing shows like maybe in the park or something like that, or
I've been locked
100%
down in here.
studio?
This is my
Yeah. So just
yeah.
100%
This is
doing
my
studio
studio.
stuff, dude.
Music, music, and everything I could do behind the computer. So try to market myself as much as I can behind the computer.
Gotcha.
Or
So, a lot of social media stuff you doing?
a lot of social media stuff. I'm a one-man team. I'm a
Mm.
one-man team. One day, hopefully, that's my goal to like release stress off me and just focus on the music. But I know that I got people in the right places doing what they need to do on my half. So
100%, man. Yo, you affiliated with a label of some sort, or you just doing it all your own?
independent all the way.
That's the way to do it.
Record
That's
myself. I go to my engineer. He mix it for me, and then I put it out myself.
There you go. That's the way to do it, man. I was talking with somebody, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago, about labels, about how they're sort of they had a stranglehold on the industry for a long time, and that stranglehold is sort of dissipating, but there's still a big presence. You know, like I don't know if you're familiar with a guy. He's actually right around where I'm from. Solely had. He's this kind of big artist that got signed to a label and flown out to LA. And I noticed that like when he was on the come up as an independent artist, and no shade to him, he's amazing. But when he's on the come up as an independent artist, everybody got super excited about it, right? Everybody
Yeah,
was like freaking out about him. His tracks were getting millions of plays. But then once he signed to the label, it started slowing down a little bit. You know, now his core fan base kind of felt alienated because they're like, all right, well, you're just kind of you're taking the big cash money, which I mean, that's fine. But on top of that, you're sort of surrendering a little bit of your soul to it, you
oh
know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to admit, man, I'm a little bit anti-label. I don't think the labels are good for the music industry, especially not now anymore.
I
How do you
mean,
feel about that?
and these times we're living in now, you don't need a label to succeed.
Hmm?
So if you sign into a major, at least sign to the major because they have something that's going to benefit you in the long run. See me, for example, I don't need a label to tell me I got free studio time for you at this, that, and the third videos. All of that is in-house. It gets taken care of here. So like, if I was to sign to a label, it's because I need you for your promotion. I need you for the branding, marketing, distribution. I already take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it just depends. You don't need a label. You don't need a label at all. You can do everything yourself.
100%, 100%. It's all about like, oh, go ahead.
Another thing is like, if you do sign to a label, right? Say I release a track every day. Whenever I feel like it, I just drop. And then you sign to a label. Now they tell you, no, you can't release that song. We have to wait because we want to market it because we can make more money out that song. It's a good song. Now you have to wait. Now as an artist, it's like you're just sitting there, you're making all this good music, and you can't even put the shit out.
Yeah.
You know,
You lost that connection to your like core fan base. You know, everybody that was rocking with you in the beginning now has to wait for like, okay,
wait.
well, there's some marketing bullshit or there's some like sort of I don't know, that weird business goings on that like you're not even a part of as the artist. You know, the artist is sort of existing outside of that stuff. But you know, doing it independent also encourages you to become a businessman on top of that. You know, you really got to be able to hustle when you're doing it by yourself. You know,
Because you already know what it takes to, the same effort these labels are going to put into pushing your music out. You already know as an independent artist what it takes. So if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, then shit, you don't need them.
100%, man. 100%. I couldn't agree more. I think that, you know, that the way of the future is really going to be determined by who is the best self promoter. You know, you can trust other people with your promotions. You get a social media guy if you need him. You can get the engineer if you need him. But really, who is the best at promoting themselves? You see this with music, with all arts, with entertainment, with politics. Who can promote themselves the best is
Word.
who rises to the top every time, every single time. So it's good stuff. So I want to know, like, how'd you get started doing music? You know, like did you grow up in a musical family? Was it something that you just kind of stumbled on? Like what was your beginnings? You know what I mean?
I mean, when you always hear like interviewers ask artists that question, but yeah, my father was into music, this, that, and the third. Nah, my pop's not into music. My mom don't listen to music, but
Hmm.
she was in the choir at church. So
Really?
yeah, so they used to have choir practice like Tuesdays and Thursdays. My mom would drag me along, and I used to be front row. So when I'm there at a young age, I'm paying attention to the drummer, the way
Mm.
he, that shit just, and the African drums, that shit did something to me. I was like, yo, this music shit is good. My mom used to hold the microphone, sing, and I guess that's what really touched me. I didn't know at that moment I would be an artist, but like later down the line, I always had a good ear for music, so I just put that ear to use.
Hell yeah, man. So
That's how I
so
felt about music, man.
you kind of like you discovered it through church. That's an amazing story. I really like. I'm sort of envious of that story a little bit because the way I discovered music is it's great, but it's still it's not as cool as that. Like the way I discovered music was sort of just the internet. Just I was a kid that had a lot of time on the computer, on the phone, and I sort of was like, all right, well, I mean, what's this? Click on that link. What's this? Click on that link, and eventually I discovered like old school rock records, like Led Zeppelin, for
Mm,
example, that my
okay.
dad used to listen to, and then I'd bring it to him, and I'd be like, what's this? And he'd be like, oh, it's good music. You should listen to it. And so you just kind of get lost in this internet hole, like going to, all right, I like this artist, I like this artist. And you go through all these genres. Like I had different phases in my life, as I'm sure you did too, where you're like, oh, I like metal now. I like hip hop now. I like
Shit.
all, you go back and forth to all these different types of music. And I don't know, man, so somehow I landed on hip hop and that's sort of been my love ever since. Did you do a lot of like flip flopping like that, like through different genres, or did you just know that this was the one for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was hip hop, right? It was like the hardcore hip hop. I'm talking about Nas, Run DMC, Biggie Smalls, and then it started to like the new era started to come along. So it was started to go to Migos. Migos, I was a big fan of the Migos when they came out and shit like that. Travis Scott,
Mm,
and then from there it sort of went to Afrobeat. I think
yeah.
so. Yeah,
Hey, you followed the
went
same
straight over.
trajectory I did, man. It's just kind of like you
But
got into like the Travis Scott type of shit, like the trap stuff, and then you were like, "Ooh, what's
yeah,
this?" Yeah, but I don't know who the first artist I heard was, but it was something. I was just at like a club somewhere. I think it was a hookah bar,
yeah, it
and
was.
and dude, I heard it, and I was like, "What is this?" This got. I was like, "Ooh, my god, I love this." You know what I mean? It's that crazy attraction to it. I mean,
It's just the love for music too. So when you hear good music, it's just attachment.
it gets lost in your head and it's stuck there. And man, it's kind of funny too to stumble upon something like that for me
Mm-hmm.
as somebody who doesn't really, I don't really have the cultural connection to it. Like my parents weren't, for obviously wasn't the whitest white guy in the world, wasn't from Nigeria. So it's just kind of like it's fun to stumble into something and be like, wow, this is incredible, and just discover it all by yourself. And you sort of had the opposite, where like like you said, like you had family from there. It's
Yeah,
so it almost had a deeper meaning. It was a cultural meaning, and that's an amazing thing, man. I really got to say.
no,
So
I
it's
appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
absolutely. So run me through like your creative process. Like you sit down, right? You have an idea in your head. You're like, I want to make a song today. You know what?
Uh,
Like from step one, where do you think you go with that idea? Like what do you do when you're in the studio?
all right, so I come in here, feel me? I just make sure the mood is right. I always clean. I gotta clean the studio before I start making music. So I clean the stool, then I probably go on. I got a producer I'm in connection with on YouTube. I
Mhm.
just go straight to his page, see if he uploaded new beats. I just play all the beats. So now I'm just skipping through beats to find the vibe. I find the perfect vibe. It don't happen like quickly sometimes. So sometimes I'm just sitting in here, probably like the hookah puffing, and I find a beat. So I find a beat now. I start writing to it. Now after I wrote to it, like I got 16 bars, I'll download it and load it into Pro Tools. So now I know I'm gonna work on this beat. So then I start writing. I don't leave this room. I don't let nobody come in. I don't leave it. And then if I finish writing that same day, I just record it right on the spot.
Damn.
Recorded dry vocals. I don't mix it, nothing. Just record it so I got the tune in my head, know if I gotta add or replace, and then yeah, send it to the mix. Go
Wow.
mix it at another studio.
It's just as quick as that, right? It's like one continuous process for you. It's not really like
It
steps.
sounds quick, but yeah, it is. It is.
Hell yeah, man! And there's nothing wrong with that. I've experimented with a lot of different like techniques in the past. Like sometimes I'll write the beat first, sometimes I'll write the lyrics first.
Yeah.
And it's interesting speaking to somebody who's more of a lyricist, a singer, a rapper, and you just it gives you a certain freedom. Like I feel like sometimes I get boxed into this sort of ego trip where I'm like, I gotta do everything. I gotta make
Mm,
the beat, I gotta
mm.
mix the beat, I gotta do the lyrics, I gotta sing, I gotta rap, I gotta do all of it. And I feel like there's a certain like surrender in just saying like, you know what, I'm gonna record these vocals, they're the way I want them, I'm gonna send them out, and then someone else can contribute their piece to it. That I really admire. You know what I mean? Because I
I mean,
really
nah, bro. I admire you. You want to mix, you want to master, create the beat, right? Shit, I can't make a beat.
I mean,
I look
but
at the program and I'm like,
it's I mean it sounds good, but like all the responsibility is on you then. You know what I mean? Like if there's one part of the beat that is just like not sitting right, it fucks up the whole flow, you know?
yeah,
Whereas I wish I could have the surrender it takes, just be like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna look through this long list of beats and just pick one. I guess I could, you know, but it's a weird thing I'm trying to work with and sort of get out of. It's like the need to be like I'm in control of every little thing, because I feel like a lot of music is the surrender of control, you know, like you gotta allow it to come to you. Do you feel that way too?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, like it's you
I
can't
can't,
really force it.
not at all. That's why I got to come here and just feel a vibe. I got to let it come to me
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I could be
Definitely.
down here listening to beats for hours, find the right beat, but I'm just after it been 2 hours, I finally found the beat, and now I don't even feel like writing no more. So I can save it, come back to it another day.
There you go, man. There you go. So tell me what you've been up to since I saw you, Sonianta. You know, because
Ah,
we went to that. We said like I think the last time we were even in the same room was like the hip hop show that they had.
that was
I
on
want to
campus,
yeah on campus. I want to say it was what year was that? Was that 2018? Like two and a half years ago?
something like that. Yeah, probably
Yeah,
2017.
yeah.
So
So what you been
I
up to
know I
since
was
then?
releasing the album Rap Privilege then. So
Yeah,
it's definitely
th-
2017. Yeah.
that's right. That's right. What have you been up to since then?
Uh, just recording, bro. That same, well, 2018, I left off to the military. I went to the reserve.
Word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Word. So I did that. I left for like probably 4 or 5 months. I came back the following November. So ever since I got back, yo, bro, I was recording. I was locked in. I did probably like 80 songs uh for a year. So from 2018 to 2019, I did 80 songs. I had it in my iTunes playlist on my old computer. And then this past year that came by, well, ever since quarantine started, I just been cooking, bro. I just been recording. I dropped 2 tapes this year. I dropped The New World with a producer Gemini from Connecticut. Shout out to my boy. And I dropped the Awele project. I did that on my own.
Mm, damn,
So,
man.
yeah,
You've been
bro.
busy. You've been crazy busy. It's, it sounds like you jumped out of college and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do everything.
Oh yeah, bro. I jumped out of college and I really went job searching, bro. I really went, you know how people get their good degree and they just try to go find jobs. I submitted my resumes and shit. If you got back to me, you got back to me. If you didn't, you didn't. I luckily found a job at Enterprise and started working there. So I used that to just create my studio. So
Damn,
now here we are. Like the studio always didn't look like this. It was a piece of shit.
man.
Worked hard and now, I got my monitor set up. I feel good.
Well, it looks beautiful, man. I gotta say, like you even got like the soundproofing on the walls there. I see on the left of the
Bro,
screen. That's
for
crazy,
sure.
man.
I built this place.
You even got the ergonomic chair behind you too. That's crazy. Perfect little captain's chair, you know. So you mentioned that you went to the military. Like, what sort of was your inspiration behind that? Like, was it a family thing, or was it just something that you were like, you know what, military sounds good, let's try it out?
Uh, nah, I got no family in the military. I'm
Mm.
the first guinea pig to go off and test the waters. But nah, no family in the military. What I did was I knew I was gonna graduate with a lot of debt. All right. I knew I was gonna graduate and be in the position of a lot of other students who go out looking for jobs and shit. For me, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be different. For me, I always like having some type of like security, not like physical security, but just like security knowing that in the end I'll be good. I got some type of money coming in, even if all the jobs tell me no, I got some type of money I could see every month. So I went and did the military. Although everything didn't play in my favor, I thought I was gonna go get my debt erased and all of that shit. Nah, it didn't happen like that. But
Really?
experience, and I don't regret it. For me, I learned more when I went. So
That's great. Did they like station you anywhere, or were you just in New York?
now I'm in the reserve. So I just went for my initial training in Texas, then I left to Mississippi, then I came back. I'm
Wow,
based in New Jersey.
that's crazy, man. I'm surprised they didn't do the debt forgiveness thing, because that's something that you always hear about. Is like, join the military, we forgive the college debt. Is there like a reason they didn't, or was it like?
So I know the Army does that. The Army
Mm,
does that, but it only comes with certain jobs. So if you pick a certain job, then it'll come with the incentive. But if you pick a job that's not really in need, then you probably don't get nothing. You don't get no bonus, nothing like that. So I
oh,
just
I
did a
got
basic job. I just wanted to get in. I got my stripes or whatever.
you.
Do a thing. I got to do what I got to do, and come back
Hell
home.
yeah, dude. And you're back home in Queens, man. That's crazy. So if you look towards the future, right? You look at like where you want to be with music. You know what you want to be doing in like, I don't want to say like 5-year plan, but like sort of the idea of where you're headed as an artist, as a musician. What do you think that is? I know it's a tough question. I hit people with that question. They always make that same noise, like, "Oh my god, I don't know."
So where do I want to be?
Yeah, where would you like to be? You know?
I want to be somewhere just like this, bro. Maybe a little bigger studio, better equipment, but just comfortable. I have access to the studio. I could come here, record, and yeah, bro, that's my goal. Like every day I wake up, I come to the studio, I record. So if I could have, not to say that I don't like this studio, but if I could have something that's a little bit more bigger and more comfortable to my convenience, then yeah, that's where I want to be, for sure.
Hell yeah. Career wise too. Like what are you thinking? Like you thinking like,
Oh yeah,
obviously you want more fans. Everybody wants more fans, but
I need to rock the shows, especially once this pandemic situation go. People gonna take the vaccines or whatever. We could come out of hiding. I need to rock the shows, bro. I need to perform. So
mm,
that's my goal. Word.
hell yeah, man. You think about being the first person to get the vaccine, or you're gonna wait it out a
Huh?
little bit? So you think
Well,
about being one of the first people to get the vaccine, or you're gonna wait it out a little bit?
nah. I'm good. I haven't caught COVID. I say I be in the studio. I'm not really afraid of. I
Mm,
let them take the vaccine. They take it first.
I, I'm the same. I'm like, I was saying this actually. I recorded a podcast yesterday with my buddy Mikhail, also from Oneonta, and I was
Okay.
telling him, I was like, you know what? I think I want to be one of like the middle people to get the vaccine. I don't want to be the first guy who like
Yeah.
has some weird side effect. I don't want to be the last guy who's
Yeah.
like the asshole that just never decided to get it. I want to be one of the middle people.
Right. I mean, Cuomo just said that he guaranteed New York 170,000 vaccines. For the
Really?
year. So 170,000 people get to see what's up.
Damn. Like I said, second wave, man. I'm starting a movement. Second wave. Hit me on
Yeah,
the second wave.
I got 6 months. See how y'all feeling.
Exactly. Dude, well, I'll tell you what, man. We had a freestyle plan, did we not?
Uh, yeah, for sure,
You,
sure.
you ready? You ready for that? I'm
Yeah,
excited for this. This is the second live performance on the show ever. So I really want to see what you got.
let's get to it. What you want to hear? Afrobeat, hip hop. I got you.
Whatever you're feeling. Whatever you're feeling.
I got you. I said, surviving in the ghetto. Shots come with echoes. Violence never settles. My job's come and then go. I'm finally coming to my sensos. You hear me, sensei? I can't pretend to be safe and stay low. The Kembe, Matumbo. I try to step my weight up and become whole. Don't worry about the fame and don't you worry about the payroll. Everything I say goes. Commas that I take home. Ever seen Phase On? Best believe the paper swole. I spent some days on some records I believe are gold. Or even platinum. I'm flattered with what I wrote. Nevertheless, and I'm dressed in exquisite gold. Some call it flex, but I confess it's God in my soul. Protect your neck, use a weapon if you have to, yo. Cause every second I feel threatened, I'm adapting though. It's like this chest, so with finesse, I extract gold. Keep a vest with a tech, leave them flat, whoa.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, let me know if you're feeling that, man.
Dude. Wow.
Sure.
I was expecting you to take a minute, pull up a beat, but you straight ripped that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I could play music for you too, whatever you want, man. I
Dude.
got tunes on tunes on tunes.
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it. What do you got for tunes? I want to, dude. You got me hyped up to create some of my own shit now. I'm like, woo.
I'm gonna play some Afrobeat for you right now. I'm gonna play this track.
Hell yeah, let's hear it.
It be like say Stoney, you don't shy. Shake your body and don't stop. I say make way for the God new truth. They think I taste some honey, I don't lie. They make my money, I don't stop. They take your money and go slap. I cool like cable, good pass. I know do jumbo, I know do tax. If I stumble, I hustle back. Never will I fumble, thank God for that. When I turn it, when I on my back. All these cameras on me, cause I'm black. Ain't no plan B, it's always to attack. And ain't no fear in me, I destroy, I relax. I say hello family, I've been gone in the past. I ain't win no Grammys, but I'm on its ass. Put a hit on baby, then throw him in the bag. I don't do accidents, I don't leave tracks. And if I'm rapping, then it's always on wax. There's no lack in the no cap. It be like say Stoney, you don't shy. Shake your body and don't stop. I say make way for the godly drove by, babe. Make I taste some honey, I don't.
Yeah, bro, I got that. I don't know if you can hear it.
Bro,
you can hear it clearly?
Perfectly.
Right,
Dude. Wow.
Gucci.
Damn.
Word.
You up
See,
ripping, bro.
I'm gonna play you one more. I'm gonna play a
right.
snippet off a track that's releasing soon. I got it with Gemini. We about to drop another tape and shit.
Ooh,
You
heard it here. Exclusive, SoulCast exclusive. Let's hear it.
Well, he might kill me if I play this shit, but I'm gonna go ahead and do
Stoney Kev. A million thoughts in my head all day. Somebody turn the bass up, let the song play. I could either be dead or in prison hallway. Assume what you made of, got no more to say. A million thoughts in my head all day. Somebody turn the bass up, let the song play. I could either be dead or in prison hallway. Assume what you made of, got no more to say. Time to let the stress go and live another day. Feeling like Esco, time to get paid. Pour out some Henny for my brothers in the cave. They always stay 10 toes, so there's no way. Not too many people switch sides, but they lost faith. Hit me with a good job, then walk away. I hear that belly at the cookout, they talk again. How many put their foot down? How many pretend? Won't bend, won't fold, won't break. I'ma take my chances, go all the way. I don't give a damn who's on top, who's great. Stoney be the man on the block, who's safe. He said he got the glizzy and he keep it on the safe. Said he got the drop on these niggas whole base. He be hiding from his ops and he really show face. Never will I ride for these niggas so fake. A million thoughts in my head all day. Somebody turn the bass up, let the song play. Shit, bro. I ain't listen to that shit in it, bro. Word.
Dude, you just blew my fucking mind, bro.
Yo,
that was crazy.
Glad you like the music for sure.
God damn, dude. We got to get some shit together, you and me, man. I got a bunch of beats I've been working on. I might want to send over to you.
Listen, you got my email. You go ahead and send me a care package, and we're gonna work.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Right.
All right, man. Listen, I really appreciate you being on the SoulCast. This has been
SoulCast,
episode.
like that too. That's fire.
Dude, because PA SoulCast, you know what I mean? Like I came up with this idea a couple weeks ago. I was like, everybody's doing a podcast now. I feel like everybody's doing interviews, everybody's doing Zoom. I was like, I mean, it's a great way to like have a little bit extra content, you know, make some good connections with some people, just chat about music. So I was like, let's do it.
Sure. Make your podcast special too, bro. For sure. Make it different. So like, you know, it's just not like everybody else's podcast. It's this really the show podcast.
I appreciate it, man. Well, listen, I'm gonna send over those beats. Tell the world where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, wherever, Snapchat at Stoney Kev. On all music platforms, Tidal to YouTube. You can find me at Stoney Kev too. More music coming soon. Holla at me.
Hell yeah. You heard it here, guys.
You know, if you need some drops too, bro, I got some drops for you.
Ooh, I'm excited. Stoney Kev.
Yes, sir.
Take care, brother.
Take care. Be good.